My younger brother just got married.
Can you video?
I've known this day has been coming for a long time, and I'm definitely not surprised that it's happened, but right now is the first time that I'm actually saying those words. My younger brother just got married. It's one of those sentences that you just never think you're ever going to say. It's like my grandmother just decided to reprogram our stereo system. Or my sister Katie just took the car out and didn't drive into anything. You just live your life and you never think those words are going to leave your mouth. But they just did. And the little guy that I used to stuff into toy boxes for hours at a time and drive over with my Power Wheels truck is now a married man. Chris, why did you do this to me? For years,
Really?
I've had this notion that we live in a different generation now, and times just aren't what they used to be. I've convinced myself that it's okay to just coast through my 20s playing video games and wearing mesh shorts as underwear when my underwear is out. It's not my fault I still eat pizza for breakfast and cereal for dinner. It's just a generational thing. I'm convinced that if my parents had things like internet and Xbox when they were our age, they wouldn't have been married for another 20 years. My dad would have been getting Twitter updates about the closest Star Trek conventions or Grateful Dead concerts. And he would have traveled the country as the only guy that could name every crew member of the USS Enterprise and sing every lyric to Jack Straw, all while chugging a beer upside down. He would have been world famous. My mom, with the internet, my mom probably still would have just forwarded chain emails to everybody she knows. And Googled people's Facebook pictures because she doesn't actually know how to create a Facebook account for herself. But still, it would have been different. And Chris, you ruined it. And not only did Chris take away my ability to have my mom do my clothes shopping for me without feeling guilty about it, but then I also had to find out that he's getting married at St. Patrick's Cathedral and having the reception at the Plaza Hotel. Who gets married at St. Patrick's Cathedral? The most beautiful and prestigious church in the entire world, and they let this guy. I mean, they have to have rules against a kid who used to record episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Get married at a church like St. Patrick's Cathedral. I thought about this, I really did, and I realized that Chris might actually be the first guy who ever recorded episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that's ever gotten married. They didn't need rules. Kristen set the precedent. A lot of faces of people I've just met recently from Chris and Christina's time in Georgetown together. A lot of new faces. A lot of people I've known my entire life. A lot of people who have known Chris our entire life know that we haven't always had the most amicable relationship together. Saying that I used to pick on Chris as a kid is a little bit like saying Mike Michael Vick used to pick on a couple of pitbulls.
I know, I'm trying to
Things got pretty ugly at times. Drawn from a very extensive list of examples that I could choose from. There's one particular time I remember Chris and I were hanging out in the basement, and things got a little aggressive as they tend to happen. One thing led to another. I'm not really exactly sure what happened, but the next thing I know, Chris was just thrown through one of the walls in the basement. And he left this hole in the wall, perfect outline of his body, like Roger Rabbit just ran through the wall. And of course, I did what any older, loving and responsible brother would have done. I immediately covered the hole up with a poster of the Clyde wrestler. And Chris said, if you ever told Mom what happened to the wall, that it wouldn't be the last wall that he's been thrown through. And it definitely wasn't. And I'm sure if you talk to Chris, he'd have a couple other choice examples he could think of, stories similar to that. But in the interest of my mom still talk to me for the rest of the night, we don't have to go into those. But what I can say is that through all the years and through all the fighting and through all the bickering and through all the sheetrock, I can't help but look back and realize, what an incredible young brother you've been. Chris kind of always gave purpose to things as a kid. Things weren't really things weren't as fun and they weren't worth doing unless Chris was around to kind of experience them with you. If we were running around in the woods and having adventures, it just, it wouldn't have been worth it. Chris wasn't there. And playing video games all night long literally wouldn't have been worth playing unless they were with Chris. It didn't matter what you were doing or where we were, but I just knew as long as I was with my younger brother, I'd be having a lot more fun.
Amen!
So I know I bullied him, and looking back, I probably would have taken back a lot of the things that I've done to you over the years, I think. I can say that now. But I do know for a fact that I would never take back any of those times we shared together. And so, Chris, you're sitting here with the woman of your dreams, Christina. Beautiful and smart, funny woman.
Easy.
Who, for some reason, hasn't realized how far out of her league she is. And after having gotten married at St. Patrick's Cathedral, and now this unbelievable dinner in this ridiculous dining room, lots of I can honestly say that I don't know anyone that deserves it more than you. And you showed all of us just how compatible two people can possibly be for each other. And I do have one request. I think we need to set some guidelines on how much Georgetown gear your kid is legally going to be allowed to wear. Shane, I know with your law degree, maybe we can draft up some documents and talk about it. But outside that, I know you guys are going to be all right. So, even though it is going to take me, I'm almost done, sorry. Final thought. Even though it will take me a little while to get used to saying it, after all this, Chris, and after everything today, you have proven to me that, number one, you're not gay. We'll take that back.
Look at his face.
But
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
you're not the little kid that I used to stuff in toy boxes. You've come a long way since then. So,
You see
one more
that?
time, I'd like everyone just to raise their glass. Chris, I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy for both of you, Christina, and congratulations.
That is
Anyone going up for
Chris.